Good afternoon, my brothers and sisters. Can you believe it? I found out the link, the code. Okay, so Venice city in Italy was very famous for slave trade. Okay, so I put the information for you. And in January 1995, the UK immigration people, they put me. So Tasfai Sabahat was the guy who get me to this refugee legal center. They were based somewhere in Bermondsey Street near London Bridge. So Tasfai Malake, which is my cousin, contacted Tasfai Sabahat when they put me in detention for 2 weeks at Heathrow Airport. Okay, so they put me into this hotel called Clarendon Court Hotel. There is another one near it, I think, Cunningham or something hotel adjacent to it. Okay, so this was at Edgware Road, where all these rich Arabs, they got all these casinos, malfam prostitution, everything is very famous for these rich Arab people. Okay, so that area is called Little Venice. Okay, Venice of Italy, slave trade. Okay, very famous slave trade. So they put me into this hotel called Little Venice. Okay, it's got these canals. So people, I remember this lady who lives now near Paddington, up near behind the St. Mary Hospital. Okay, her name is Asmai. She came from Germany. So she's got her son called Alex. He used to have this dreadlock. So she came from Germany. Her sister is married to this Eo Biniam. He told me he's a structural engineer, and he had this. He opened an office somewhere in Brixton near this way now, TK Maxx. Okay, it's called Bon Marshall Road. So Bon Marshall Road, Theodros Futui from San Afe, he had an accounting firm business where he gets this tax return from all these minicab drivers. It's a pity money, to be honest. I don't think he was making serious money, but I got my ex-wife to work for Theodros Futui, Aleka Futui. So because when she came from Eritrea, she found this country extremely very difficult. She was giving me like hassle, my friend. So I told him, hey, my friend, can you give her some kind of voluntary to work for you until she gets used to this country? And he said, okay. So she was working for him. Okay, I don't know how much. So she got pregnant for my first daughter, and she left her like that. So when I did apply thousands of jobs, NHS jobs, so they got my job. So I asked this Theodros to give her reference. I asked this Iobini, his structural kind of engineer, to get her reference as well. And that's fine, 3 of them. So she managed to get a job with the NHS. I applied thousands of job applications from my friend. Okay, I was training her and coaching her all the job interview skills like self-confidence, writing CVs, thousands of job applications that I applied for her. So at last she got the job. So that's Bon Marshall Road. My uncle is called Mungus. So his nickname is called Marshall. I don't know whether they're using that as Bon Marshall Road to say Marshall Mungus, okay, my cousin, which is that's fine. Malaka's brother, younger brother. Okay, so this Little Venice, to take you back to January 1995 and February, that's where I stayed from January, February 1995 all the way to 1996. Then I came to YMCA in Stockholm. Okay, so that's called Little Venice. Okay, that area is very famous, my friend. I was freaking out after I read now. Alan Turing, the homosexual guy, the code breaker, all this Enigma machine, was living there. He was married. He was born there. Okay, in this little house there. So this guy, Alan Turing, they poisoned him. They killed him by chemicals. So they sterilized him because they didn't want him to pass all this information. I think because he was homosexual, my friend. They isolated him so much so that he doesn't share all his intelligence, all that kind of stuff like that. And he got all this Babbage kind of computer. He was a code breaker, my friend. They are killing a lot of people, my friend. They're sterilizing. A lot of chemical sterilization, my friend. Okay, that's how they killed him, Alan Turing. Okay, the other one is Sigmund Freud, very famous psychologist, Sigmund Freud. Okay, he's a Jewish man. Was the original from Austria, but he was living in Switzerland. Okay, so he was living there. Can you believe it? Like, you know? So these two people, Alan Turing and Sigmund Freud, that little Venice. Okay, they have this little cafe there on the top of the river canal. Okay, so this Asmite used to hang around that area for lots of times. Okay, so can you believe it? Like, I found the link now. Venice, which is slave trade, very disgusting all these years before the age of discovery, all this before the Portuguese and the Spanish and the British. Venice merchants were their first community of economy base. Nerve center was slaves. Okay, so all in a sudden, they brought me to this little Venice. Kidane from Mandafara died there. Can you believe it? Like, you know, Ahborom used to hang there. He used to hang around that area. He passed away. He's original from Adokala. A lot of people died. One guy called Daniel, he had this kind of Asian, Pakistan, or maybe Indian, Bangladesh kind of hair. He used to be into Pentecost. He committed suicide. All the people around them, either they're dying, or they're being killed, or they are losing their brain. I remember two guys. One was Manna Lemma, and the other was Haftar. That's slave trade, my friend. Slave trade. Okay, that's Little Venice. The same way like this Venice in Italy. Okay, so I found the link. So this is my girl. She was looking like this witch, my friend, that time. So she had her son called Alex. I met him in the St. Michael Church the other day. He became a big guy and she told me he got married. So now she's living in Paddington in the St. Mary Hospital, where all this Fleming, the guy who created this penicillin, okay? Okay, so there used to be a guy called Hermes, specs wearing. I think he came originally from Germany. So this Hermes is #1 friend of this Dawit is a guy who was, his dad used to be the mayor of Asmar. That guy is really petite, kind of very short guy. So his wife used to chase me a lot of times in London. I think now she told me she's working for community mental health. South London mostly, like, you know? So this AMS guy, 1995 January, all the way to 1996, he used to stalk me around the area. That little very smart one, okay? This guy is a proper PFDJ. He goes into everywhere. He's a kind of like this well-built, kind of a big chocolatey, bald head. Okay? He put always his specs like that. Like, he is #1 friend of this Dawit. He's a guy, very dwarf, kind of, you know, triangulate, kind of dwarf guy, like, you know. They are very inseparable. Okay? So this wife of Dawit, this other guy used to chase me every day, my friend. So she's working for South London, mostly hospital. So now I can suspect this is the same like this Sigmund Freud, because he was psychologist, my friend. He was psychoanalysis guy, okay? So you go Alan Turing, my friend. They give you this chemical and they sterilize you and they shoot you. So that's the reason. Now I found out the link, my friend. Venice slave. So this is a guy, family, my friend. They are slave traders. Can you believe it? Like, that's slave trade. Proper slave trade. This Daniel Belletze, his sister's husband, that's Fahone, all these people, my friend, they are into this trade of selling kidneys, heart, lungs, my friend, okay? So that's Little Venice, my friend. That's the secret, my friend, okay? A lot of people were dying from that hotel. The fact that I just fought it all these years, and now I put about the link, and I put a conclusion, my friend. All these people, they were chasing everything, my friend. They could have slashing me apart, okay? All this Emmanuel Kfleeman, his dad used to be accountant for these Italians, like, you know, maybe they were kicking him properly with their boots, man. You ignorante, fella di cane, ti sta di gallini, all that kind of stuff, like that. So they could have sold me into Venice, my friend. Slave trade. That is called Little Venice, my friend. It's got all these tunnels and everything, okay? So that is the reason why this Sudanese guy brought me a job. Neither, it's just like on probably 100 or 200 meters. It's called Elgin Avenue, Warwick Avenue, all this kind of place, my friend, okay? So this Alan Turing, my friend, this is where they put the chemical and sterilize him, my friend. Oh, they should finish it on him off so that he doesn't pass all these secrets. He was code breaker for this espionage of this country. I don't know what they were using, what were they called that time. Maybe MI5 or MI6, I don't know. But that's how they killed him, my friend, okay? So Sigmund Freud. These are very famous people, my friend. There are a lot of people. I put the full information there for you. So that's Edgeware Road, okay? Elgin Avenue, Warwick Avenue, Little Venice has a bigger chunk, my friend. That's an area of prostitution. That's an area of casino, my friend, gambling, like this Las Vegas, you know, all this Elvis Presley, all that, like, you know, Marilyn Monroe, all that. It's a really disgusting country, my friend, you know. Europe is really dead, man. Okay, so that's Little Venice. Okay, a place where all these slaves, my friend, you just see them, all these police officers or the doctors. They go that are really proper facade, or you know, they are uniform and suit and everything. But behind it, my friend, they are slave traders. All this prostitution, all this casino gambling, my friend. So that's Little Venice. So this girl called Samantha Griffiths, she was a PA when I was working for Royal Free Hospital in hepatology, liver transplant. She was just a PA, my friend. No good head, no good intellect. Okay, so she told me, yeah, I've been to Venice, my friend. So behind she's talking like, no, I'm a slave trader. Watch this pass. Okay, I found out the link, my friend. You have a lovely day, evening. Sorry. You go to all the information, especially you young Eritreans, my friend. Don't separate yourself from each other. Okay, always keep in contact. These police officers in this country, the whole system, once you are drifting away from the community, from the people, my friend, you're dead. Okay, they will take all your kidney, your liver, okay, your heart, your lung. That's slave trade. This is called proper slave trade. Little Venice, my friend, Venice. Okay, thank you very much, and I put all the information for you so that you can see. Okay, bye.